And now we're going to add the pages we want on this one. So we're going to have about and contact to this one. And I'm going to add to menu. And one thing just to notice that by default it will show you the most recent pages that you've worked on, but it doesn't show you all of the pages. If you want to see all the pages that are available, you click View All and it will show you more than what you can see here usually. You can also do a search and do that way. Okay, so I'm going to now save this menu. Great. What I'm going to do next is under Appearance, I'm now going to go down to Elementor Header and Footer Builder. Now this is a plugin, so if you don't already have it, you would go to Plugins, add New Plugin, type in Elementor Header and Footer Builder, and then you would install and activate it. And then once you do that, it will appear under your Appearance menu. So I'm going to click into here, and you'll see she has this one menu that's being used. It's this one. So she has that one, but we want to build a new one. And I have to say here, I'm going to do a quick edit because I would really like to give it a better title than this. So this would be a left logo menu. That way, if I give it a good name, then it's going to be a lot easier. Okay, so I want to create a new menu. So I'm going to do Add New. I just hit skip here. It didn't add me. Oh, it's thinking about it. That's it. Like I said, I'm slow. So we are going to call this centered logo menu. And I'm going to say this is going to be a header, and I want it to display on the entire website, so every page. So you notice you have lots of choices here though. But so if you have different menus for different pages, you can say which pages should have which menu. You can also add an exclusion rule, so show it on everything except, and then you could, click that. But actually I want it to show on the whole website. Okay, and so now I'm going to publish. And now we are going to edit with Elementor. Alright, so what we're going to do now, I'm going to click this, I'm going to go Flexbox, and I'm going to have a 3 structure menu here. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a navigation menu here. So I come over to my search bar and I'm going to click Nav, and here's navigation menu. I'm going to put that there, and it's going to ask me which navigation do I want there, and here I want my left menu that is going to go there. There we go. And over here I also want to have navigation. There we go. And on this one I'm going to have the right menu. There we go. And in here we are going to have the logo. Alright, so now the only thing left to do is we can be editing for how we actually want it to look. I want to get in the color in that background, so I'm going to go with Style, Background Type, Classic, and I'm going to, in this case, I'm going to paste in the hex code that has the color that she chose for this. And so I now want to choose a different font. This is not the font that she wants. what she wants is going to be Baskerville. So I click Style. I'm going to go down to Typography, and I'm going to edit here, and I'm going to say Baskerville, so we can get to bees. Oops, that is not what I wanted. There we go. Well, actually, she wanted, I think, Libra Baskerville, if I remember. Okay, we got that. Let's get this one correct with the typography. Basker. There we go. Okay, so we have the font that she wants, and we could change the size. We can whether it's bold or light. So there's other things we can do there. And then next we're going to need to make this smaller and get these to be the correct size, and we'll do that in just a second. Now we do have to make this look a little bit better. So one thing we can do, if we look here, it's got brought in at a large size, so we can make it smaller automatically here. That's probably it's still a little big, but we can get it to go a little smaller when we work with here. And now I probably did not probably, I definitely did too much. I'm going to bring that in there. Then I would bring this. Sorry, my computer's, the internet's so faulty here that I click on things that it's not hardly working. All right, so get that little bit smaller, then bring that margin over. Okay, so that's looking a little bit more centered, and for here we can get that there. Now generally for what I would do with this one is I would generally like to have this one be right justified, so that it would go that way, and this one I would generally like to have left justified. Okay, so it already is. As you can see, it's still not really centered great. It should be that this logo should be right under there. So what can I do to fix it? I'm going to take this container button here, and I'm going to do the width. I'm going to pull it over there, and let's see, we're getting closer. Too much. All right, so that's looking better. And then perhaps this one I actually do want to bring a little closer in so that it's more similarly aligned. Now if I wasn't making a video, I'd take more time actually measuring this to make sure that I like it, that it is the same amount of distance between these, but I won't take that time right now. But let me also point out that if I changed the font here, but what I didn't do was show you about that there are two places we can, there's actually three. So if we are looking at it normally, so if we just have a web page open, we would see it here, and that's our normal, just the black. And if I want a hover effect, I can go here, and this tells me that if somebody hovers over it, it should be a different color. And let's see, I think I'm going to try to change this. Let's see if I had a hex code that's still good in here. No, actually that's not a good one. I'm going to just take one from here. Okay. And now this is, we can see that. I like that. And there's also an active state. So when you're actually on a page, like if I was actually on the portfolio page, then I could have it a different color than that even. So I could make it that for when we're actually on the page. All right, so those are some different things that we can do. Now anything we do over here we have to also do to this one because they're two different elements. So anything we do here we have to do on this one. Okay, so we got that now. Always update. And I noticed that here, this is in the wrong order. I actually want home to be over here, and I need to go back and I need to go back into my menu and make sure that I'll show you where I can change that. Okay, so I'm going to exit here. I'm going to go back into Appearance, and I'm going to go back into Menu. And this is where I'm going to work. I'm going to select my menu left, select, and all I have to do is grab that, drag it up there, and now that will be in the correct order. Okay, so now that should be good. And the last thing I want to do is I'm going to go back into Elementor header and footer, because I want to now tell WordPress that I'm not going to be using this particular header. So I'm going to not have this old one showing on the whole site. Okay, so what I'm about to do is we'll go here, let's refresh, and here we are. So we have our new menu that's here, and you can see that we're on the About page, and so it's a slightly different color than our hover effect. All right, hopefully this helps with getting a centered logo menu.